Well, hey there. In this training video, we're going to talk about how to become a lead gen consultant in 7 simple steps. Now, lead gen means lead generation, and consultant means, or it targets the small business consultant that deals with, local small businesses. And the few things that we're going to cover real quick is the 7 simple steps to becoming a lead gen consultant, of course, and then also how to make money as a lead gen consultant. We're also going to talk about rookie mistakes to avoid because beginners typically, and even experienced marketing consultants that are beginning their lead gen consulting practice, if you will, make a few mistakes, and we want to bring those to the forefront so you can hopefully avoid them. And then we're also going to talk about how you can have 90% of the work already done for you so you can get started really quickly. And then also whatever next steps there might be for you if this is something that you find interesting. Now, there's 7 steps, and the first one is to determine the niche. The second one is to buy the domain and build the site. The third step is to create a free giveaway. The fourth step is to generate traffic. The fifth step is to make money, of course. The sixth step is to follow up and get referrals. And then the seventh step is to rinse and repeat. Now, we're going to go over each one of these steps in a little bit more detail. Now, the first one is to determine the niche, the first step. Now, here are some of the things you need to know. Typically, the best way to approach it is to choose one niche that you're comfortable with, that maybe you have a familiarity with, and then test that niche. What some consultants do is they spread themselves very thin by going after like 10, 15 niches at one time. And they find themselves struggling because they don't know where to go, which way's up. They're just so busy doing different things that they don't know exactly what's going on. So the best thing to do is to focus on one and not many, just to start. And then another good piece of advice is to start with the easier ones and move on to the more difficult ones. An easier one is something like a moving company or a financial planner or something like that. And a more difficult one tends to be like attorneys because, they're just a little more sophisticated and a little, while you can charge higher prices for their leads, they, with higher prices tend to come, a few more challenges with that. So if you're getting started in a lead gen business, we typically like to see people start off with the easier ones, move on to the more difficult ones. Now, for step number 2 is to buy your domain and build a site. Now, the things that you need to know about this is you want to have a keyword-rich domain. And this example is denverpersonalinjuryattorney.com. What you don't want to do is put these lead gen sites on subdomains or in subfolders. And we have a completely other separate video of why you should do this or do that, another training video. So I'm not going to go into all those details here, but it is a best practice to have it on its own domain. And then you can use a prefix or a suffix, a small word before or after your main keyword, if that helps you get the .com domain. So if it was, the Denver Personal Injury Attorney or Denver Personal Injury Attorney site.com or something like that. And then also it's important to focus on the 7 success factors of LGS sites. So at leadgensiteprofits.com, what we do is we've created over 50 pre-made done-for-you lead gen sites. And each lead gen site is built on the LGS theme, which is a WordPress theme. On that theme, we cover the 7 success factors. So again, that's in another training video that you can watch to understand what the 7 success factors are. But you don't have to use our theme or even our sites for that matter. But it's important to watch that video so you at least know what the 7 success factors are, so you can make sure that whatever theme you use or if you build your website or whatever, that you know what to include in that, what to include on your website. Now, the third step is to create a free giveaway. And, this could be something as simple as a free report or a video or an audio or something, but it should provide value, something of value in exchange for their contact information. And, this is just a simple tried and true, proven practice that works over and over and over again. You promise to solve their problem, or you promise to help them get from point A to point B by giving them something of value for free. And in exchange, they give you the name and email and potentially phone number. It doesn't, these free giveaways do not have to be long or complicated. They could be, if it's a free report, it could be as little as just 2 to 5 pages. Or if it's a free video, even as little as 5 to 10 minutes. It's just got to be something of value that's actually going to help them. The video cannot be something about the company, where it's me, 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 me. It's got to be focused on the customer and helping them solve a problem. So step 4 is to generate traffic. And what we recommend, at least starting out, is to use PPC, which is pay-per-click. That's really the best way when starting out, because for the most part, you're targeting local keyword terms, and so the cost per click is not that expensive. It can, the price of it can be very manageable, but in turn it leads to that site very, very quickly. And examples of that are AdWords, Google AdWords, or Facebook ads, or Bing ads, or whatever. And when you're starting out, don't worry about SEO. You can worry about that later. Now you need to customize your site and do the best practices. Again, this is even another training video that we go over all the things that you should do to help build SEO and make sure that you're doing all the right things to maximize the benefit of your LGS site. But when you're first starting out, to get traffic, just use pay-per-click, get it flowing, get the leads flowing quickly, and then that's going to make it easier for you to sell or rent the site or sell the leads or whatever you want to do, however you're going to run your lead gen business. Now, step 5 is to make money. And, you can do it in a couple, 3 different ways, really. Sell or rent it is kind of how it goes down, really. You can sell the leads individually, and you can sell those to, one company. You can contact one company and get into an agreement with them where you're selling the leads to them individually. Or you can get in agreement with a few different companies and sell the leads to multiple companies. Or you can sell the site outright, or you can rent the site, believe it or not. And when you rent the site, typically when that happens is if a company wants to kind of test your ability to generate leads for them. But however you want to do it, it's ultimately your decision. It really needs to fit your model and your personality of what you want to do and how you want to do it. There is no right or wrong way, or I should say there is no wrong way. They're all right if it fits your personality. For me personally, we sell the sites outright. We don't rent them. We don't sell leads individually, because there's, selling leads individually to me is just way more of a hassle than it's worth, quite frankly. Now, that's probably the way to make the most money in generating leads for small businesses. But we're happy selling the lead or selling the sites outright versus selling leads individually or renting sites. Now, step 6 is to follow up and get referrals. And each and every month you need to be doing something with your current customers to be asking them for referrals. Small business owners are friends with other small business owners, especially with non-competing businesses. So whether you are selling them leads individually, then you can talk to them. Every time you talk to them, you should be asking them if they know somebody else that could benefit from the same service that you're providing them. But if you have sold a site to somebody, and so you're not talking to them on a monthly or weekly basis or whatever, you can use something like send out cards, which can be automated in, and what they do is they'll send out an actual hard, real life greeting card to them. And you can customize it any way you want with your own pictures, your own messages, whatever you want to do. It's very, very cool. And we use that a lot to generate referrals, say thank you, to do a lot of follow-up, just, send them gifts with send-out cards, just do a lot of different things. And it's very powerful to do that. But that is, one way that you can do it besides, talking to them live. Now, the final step, step 7, is just to simply rinse and repeat. So once you have your system down, once you decide what's working best for you, whether it's, selling the site outright, renting the site, selling leads, whatever it is. And, if you found a niche that you want to focus on, or if there's, 5 or 10 niches that you want to focus on, or even more, you just want to dominate your entire city, then that's okay too. But then rinse and repeat it. Sit there and figure out what model you're following, and then do that again and again and again. And, that's how you will be able to scale your business to be much larger than what it is starting out, of course. But you always want to be testing things, because, things change. People respond to different things. It's always good to, add new things to the lead gen site without causing distraction, adding content, adding videos, different things like that. And when you're able to rinse and repeat too, it helps you stop chasing, the new bright shiny object, and it allows you to build your business. Because what, a big challenge for a lot of entrepreneurs, and it's a challenge for me, quite frankly, is, that new thing comes out and you're like, oh wow, man, that could change my business, or boy, I could really see myself doing something like that. Well, those things typically hurt us more than they help us, because we're chasing those new things instead of focusing on our business. Well, when we focus on a rinse and repeat cycle to our business, then it will help us stay focused and continue to grow that business much larger and better. Now, so to recap real quick, the 7 steps are: determine the niche, buy your domain and build a site, create a free giveaway, generate traffic, make money, decide how you're going to make the money, follow up and get referrals, and then rinse and repeat. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but these are the steps you need to follow. Now, there's really 3 main rookie mistakes that I just want to throw out there so everybody knows. The first one is throwing up a site and expecting leads, meaning you take the site out of the box, buy a domain, install the site, and don't do anything to it. You don't customize it. You don't change the content. You don't add the content. You don't, continuously add content. You just don't really do much to it at all. But you expect leads to start pouring in and start having it climb up the search engine rankings. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work that way. Otherwise, everybody would be doing it. But the most successful lead gen consultants know what it takes to be successful. And that's by adding content to the site, testing different things, and continuing to build on their site, not just letting it stay stagnant. Now, the second thing is putting lead gen sites on subdomains and subfolders. Again, we talked about this real quick, and I also mentioned that there's a complete training video on this. But don't do that. Don't go for the shortcut. Buy an individual domain for that lead gen site. There's overwhelming evidence that is the best way to do it. And the third rookie mistake is, again, I kind of already talked about this, but it's not customizing or adding content. I kind of threw that in there with the first one, but they kind of go hand in hand, because it is really important to make sure that you're continuously adding content. And that doesn't mean that you need to be overwhelmed. That shouldn't be something that overwhelms you, because you can go to Odesk, you can go to elance.com, and there are so many great providers out there that are happy to create content for you based on your guidelines, and they do it at a very, very inexpensive rate. And so there's no reason to not add content on a continuous basis and make these lead gen sites very powerful. So now, real quick, what I want to talk to you about is exactly what is lead gen site profits, and why in the heck should you even care? Now, in a nutshell, what leadgensiteprofits.com is content for consultants. It is pre-built, pre-made content for consultants. And the big thing is that everything's pre-made. So you have pre-made content, including, as you can see on this image here, you can see there's a video there. The complete website is pre-made. All the graphics are pre-made. And all the content that you see on there is already included. And so what that does for you is it saves you a lot of time and a lot of money, because each pre-made lead gen site comes with a pre-made lead gen site. It comes with three 60-second professional pre-sales videos. One has no voiceover on it. One has a USA voiceover, and one has a UK voiceover. And then each lead gen site comes with a 14 to 30 page private label rights niche specific report. So we have over 50 niches, lead gen site niches, and each one of those comes with its own individual report specifically to that. And they're written in a way that somebody, for this example on the image that you're seeing, is for a fence company. So there's certain questions that people have before they want to hire a company to build their fence or to install their fence or whatever. And that's what those reports do, is they help answer those questions, and they build instant credibility for the fence company business or whatever niche business has the lead gen site. Every lead gen site also comes with 3 articles already installed on it. Comes with 5 autoresponder messages. Now, not every LGS package has autoresponder messages, but most of them do. That they all come with, actually, there's 3 5-minute install options. 1 is free and 2 you can invest in, but the bottom line is you can get these sites up and running within 5 minutes. That's how long it takes to install them. Now, to customize them and tweak them and make sure all the proper keywords are in where you want them to be and all that stuff, it takes a little bit of time, but the bottom line is you can get that installed very, very quickly. You get complete theme training videos. Again, all of the LGS sites are built on the LGS theme, which is a WordPress theme. You get private label rights to everything, which means you get to customize it, change it, do whatever you need to sell these to your local businesses. The only thing you can't do is take them as is and sell them like to other marketers or something. I mean, that's what we do. So, you're welcome to become one of our affiliates or something if that's what you want to do. But you also get developer rights to it, so you can use it on as many domains as you want. So let's say if you want to use this fence company one in 50 cities throughout the nation, you can do that. So it's very powerful. So instead of just, getting one niche site, you're basically getting, an unlimited number, because I don't know how many fence companies out there or how many cities there are, in the US, for example, that, has fence company businesses. My guess is there's thousands. So, in a sense, you have thousands and thousands of opportunities with these lead gen sites. And the thing is, like what I already mentioned, if you did this yourself, it's going to take you 30 to 40 hours to create. And that's with using outsourcers too. Or it's going to cost you $700 or more, including getting the video done, the report written, the theme created, all that good stuff. And that is for each LGS site alone. That is $700 for each one of them. Well, we have 50 pre-made lead gen sites. So that's like $35,000 in value that we have ready to go at your disposal, that you could become to really kickstart your lead gen consulting business very, very quickly. And if that is something that interests you, you can go to our site at leadgensiteprofits.com/sales-page, and you can there's a video there, and there's all kinds of details and information of exactly what you get and how it works, and you can get all your questions answered there. So if this is something you want to do, please go to the website, and we'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Take care.